Remember to spay and neuter your pets. And dogs are responsibilities. They're not something you get and just pitch out on the side of the road. Please stop doing that. I was going to talk to you guys today about the difference between rack pulls and deadlifts. Two exercises that I really enjoy doing. Both of them are big, heavy compound moves. Work that full posterior chain just in different ways. But then I got to thinking about it. Here it is, 5 o'clock on a Saturday morning. No one else is awake. I'm going through my morning routine. And I really want to focus on my exercising today. I want to really focus on making that mind-muscle connection and just hitting max effort today without worrying about filming for you guys. And it got me to thinking, this is only part of it. The exercising is only part of it. As much as I love it, this is only a part of it. And honestly, I think the best piece of equipment I've ever purchased that has helped me the most in losing weight or doing my body recomposition and getting in shape again, this thing right here is probably the best piece of equipment I've ever purchased. It's helped me the most on my journey through body recomposition, burning off fat, and keeping myself accountable. You gotta have a plan. That's what we're gonna talk about today. Instead of talking about the exercise part of it, we're gonna talk about the having a plan. Eating correctly, eating the right foods, eating at the right times, just making the little changes you need to make to give yourself the fuel and the energy to build that muscle and to save that muscle that you're working so hard to build. So if I haven't lost you yet, you want to know more about the nutrition side of this, let's get after it with the rescue dogs. So for those of you wondering, this is Nala, this is Finley, and this is Scout. All three of these dogs are rescues. All three of these dogs love hanging out here in the lab with me. Come on, gotta work, let's go. All right, so pay close attention because I'm gonna give you a little secret here. The honest truth of the matter is, you cannot out-train a shit diet. Say that again. Let it sink in. True body recomposition, it all starts in the kitchen. While hitting the gym is important, the real key is balancing the food and nutrients that you take in. Take in less calories than you're burning if you want to lose fat. Take in more calories than you're burning if you're trying to gain muscle. It should just be that simple in theory, right? But we know it's not. That's where understanding your total daily energy expenditure, fuck, say that 3 times. That's where understanding your total daily energy expenditure comes in, your TDEE for short. The honest truth of the matter is we're really bad at giving ourselves advice. We're really bad at understanding how many calories we burn in a day. We either lie to ourselves about it or we just don't honestly know. And as such, we make bad decisions because remember, you're the same asshole that got yourself in this situation, making all these life choices and wondering why. Well, I'm just sitting here listening to myself getting chubbier every day. Listen, there's no point in beating yourself up about it at this point. Up till now, you've just been on a road trip without a map. We're gonna help you develop that map by understanding your TDEE. Think of your TDEE as being your daily budget. It's what you can afford on calories, how much you have to spend, how much you have to save. Once you get that concept down pat, the rest falls into place. There's 4 parts to this. Some we can affect directly, some we really just can't. The foundation of your TDEE is your basal metabolic rate, your BMR. Your BMR is just simply the energy that your body consumes or uses day in, day out to exist. Sitting here right now quietly, my body is using X amount of energy to get my brain to work, to get my lungs to work, my heart to work, to circulate the blood through my body. That's your basal metabolic rate, your BMR. Just the energy you burn every day just by existing. The next part is your NEAT. That's your non-exercise. Next part is your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. The next part we're going to talk about is your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. What does that mean? That's the energy you burn walking to the bathroom. That's the energy I burn fidgeting around all day like this. The energy you burn sitting at a keyboard, typing away. All the little extra activity you do during the day that's not exercise, that's part of your NEAT. How about your exercise energy, right? The calories you burn here in the lab, going through the motions, lifting heavy things. You burn significant calories in the gym, there's no 2 ways about it. If you're working out hard enough and diligently enough, whether you're running, doing cardio, doing resistance training, you are burning calories, but that is a small portion of the equation. In all seriousness, your exercise energy maybe affords you 200 to 400 calories if you're working out hard enough. The thermic effect of food is the energy your body uses or consumes to break down the food that you take in. Plain and simple, it's the energy burned to take the food that you eat and turn it into the nutrients your body needs. It's important to note that even though protein is important for muscle development, it also takes more energy to break down than carbohydrates and fats. So a high protein diet will help keep you fuller longer, feel fuller longer, and actually increase that burn rate, that we'll leave it at burn rate. There's several formulas out there for calculating your BMR. One of the ones that is most widely considered accurate is the St. Jeor. It's also the one I use. It's the one that most of your macro counter programs and apps you'll download will be based on as well. So as I just mentioned, the St. Jeor formula is used in every macro calculator out there. So with that in mind, feel free to Google it, find it, get your own apps. I'm just sharing this formula for those who want to know the how behind the why. You don't have to do the math yourself. So using myself as the example, if I was going to calculate my BMR for this formula, it would be 10 times my weight in kilograms plus 6.25 times my height in centimeters minus 5 times my age plus 5. Don't worry, it's right here. You can freeze the screen and go back and read it a few times if you have to. All right, so stick with me now. We're halfway there. You figured out your BMR, right? That's part of the formula. Now, in order to figure out your total daily energy expenditures, we have to do a little bit more math. We can give you some multipliers real quick in this next chart right here. Another place a lot of people mess up is they overestimate their activity levels. They either truly just don't know, or they haven't accepted the fact that they have a very sedentary lifestyle. If you sit in the office all day, typing on a keyboard, hop in your car, go to lunch, come back, work on the keyboard some more, go home, you're pretty sedentary. You know how many times a week you exercise. Based on your actual activity level, your multiplier will change, and you plug that into the formula. So again, using myself as the example, you see I have a multiplier of 1.55. I work out 3 to 5 times a week, sometimes not as hard as it should be, but I try and get it in at least 4 days a week. So with that math, that gives me a total daily expenditure of 2,920 calories. And if I'm looking to lose a little bit of weight, burn off some fat, I want to subtract about 250 to 300 calories off of that. That should give me, if I am consistent in my workouts and consistent with my diet and honest with myself and track everything, that should give me about 1 pound a week that I will burn off. Now you know how to calculate your total daily energy expenditure, and that's a big part of the solution. Next is understanding your macros, your nutrients, your actual food intake. That's going to be another series of videos. At the same time though, if you like this video and you want to read more and you want to know more about macros and your total daily energy expenditure, follow the link, go to our blog, you can read all about it. I had to get to a point where I was completely honest with myself and realized the only person holding me back was me. I had every excuse, just like you do, right? You're a mother, you're a father, you're a husband, you're a wife, you work too hard, you have kids, there's not enough hours in the day. Whatever bullshit you tell yourself to keep yourself from going to the gym and watching what you eat correctly, they're just excuses. They really are. You have to be ready to make that change. Following these steps here that I'm going to provide for you will help you along that way. And how do I know? Because this guy ate himself into being this guy. And I got tired of being that guy. So I have no idea how much I weighed when I started this journey, because I didn't weigh myself because I was embarrassed. I do know when I first stepped on the scale, after several weeks, almost a month of doing this, I weighed in just under 300 pounds. I was a big fat piece of shit. But it was my fault. So personal accountability led to discipline. Discipline led to change. At the end of the day, don't do it for anyone else. Don't do it for your kids to be the example. Don't do it for your wife so you look good for her. Do it for yourself. Do it for your own health, your own mental well-being. Get in shape. We'll do this together.